welcome to Developer Learning Zone and the Git series. I showed you how to do git clone with the GUI. I'm now going to show you with the command line. So if you go to the folder that you want to store your Git repository in, if you right click, because of the install we've got two options. So we can see git bash here. What's great about this is it'll open up bash in the current folder. So if I say print working directory or pwd, as you can see we're in the D drive, 599 CD and code. So we want to clone this repository using git, so we're going to learn a few terminal commands. So if you take a copy of the URL again, back to git, and we'll do git clone. And I always like to put it in quotes, and because of the way this terminal works, you'll do shift insert. That'll put the URL in there. Now, if there were spaces in the URL for whatever reason, that's why it's good to have them in double quotes there. I advise creating your repos with underscores or dashes between the words if you want to separate them and not put spaces in the names. But yep, if we just press enter now, you can see that it's cloning the repo. And now if we do an ls, you'll see that there's a new folder called vbscript. So you can cd into vbscript, and then from here, if you've got code installed and added code to your path, you can do code and then dot to say open this current folder, and then we'll have this folder opening up. So as you can see, we've got the files that match the ones on the repo online on GitHub, and you can see them locally here on my machine. So the power of Git is keeping a version history of your files. So I'm going to go to download file, and as I can see, many years ago I copied this file in. I've left a couple of white space characters there that I don't need. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to add the new date in, which is the 9th of September. And it's 2022, so 10 years later I'm going to make a change. And there's a bit more white space here, but I'm just going to do it for the example. I'm going to save. We'll have a check on the other ones as well, so there's some more white space there. Possibly get rid of that. And the same here. And I didn't add any comments on this one. So we've made a few changes. We'll want to see the changes in Git. So for that we can use another command, which is git status. As you can see here, Git has shown up that we've made changes to a few of the files. You can see that in the fact that they're yellow as well in VS Code. So now if we were wanting to make a change and save this to our Git repository, we can do git add, and then you can actually type in the file name that you want. This has autocomplete, so you can just tab to complete the name and then press enter. If we now do git status again, we'll see that the Git knows that we've modified this file, and that's now staged and ready to commit. If I was to open up the GUI just for a comparison, you can see that it knows about a recent repository, so we can click into that. And as you can see, it kind of matches. We've got a state changes here of the downloaded file and current ones that are modified. So instead of doing git add and adding the file, you can double click on it. Nope, thought you could double click on it. I don't tend to use the GUI much, but you can stage the change here and it'll add them all, or you can undo them as well. Yeah, unstage. You can unstage from commit. Unstage there. So, if we want to use the command line, we now want to add a commit message. So git commit -m, and then you can add your message. So white space improvements. Click enter, and it'll say that it's added the 3 changes to the actual file. In the GUI, if we rescan, that'll disappear because it's already been committed. And I always get this wrong. I normally do git history for some reason, but as you can see, we have a commit message with white space improvements there. So now we have this locally. It's staged in our git log, and it's ready to be pushed up to GitHub. So next you just do git push, and it'll run through the commands, compressing some files, and it's now said that it's pushed that commit from local to the origin. So if we now go back to git and refresh, you can see there's a commit from 1 minute ago. Click into commits, we can see that these are the changes I've made. So there's a lovely git diff of red, which has been removed or changed, and green, which is the new one, so old, new. You can see the 3 changes. We can see the git commit message of white space improvements, and now when we go back to the main list and click on download file, you'll see the file's been updated there as well. What's also good is you can do history, so you can see a comparison from that commit. You can view that point in the history. You can view the commit details in the same way that we did before. You can do a unified or a split view, depends which way you'd prefer to see the changes. You can add comments if you wanted to. You can stop people from discussing it. But yep, that's how to make changes to a file, stage them locally, commit the changes, and push them up to your branch. Thanks very much.